Hi, Katie. Great to see you. Thank you. Today marks the official deadline for CDP reporting 2022. So I wanted to connect and check in to see how things were going in North America. And I'll tell you, here in Europe, we had an exceptionally busy CDP reporting season with our clients. Of course, we don't have final numbers yet, but based on last year's record-breaking numbers and almost 40% increase in disclosing organizations, I think we all can expect to see this trend continued as more and more corporations are prioritizing their climate and sustainability goals and reporting in 2022.
Hi, Kat. Yeah, I absolutely could not agree more. Lots of momentum here in this space. And here in the US, the US Security Exchange Commission, or the SEC, has additionally proposed a rule that, if it's implemented, would directly impact corporations' climate disclosures. And it's coming quickly. For some affected businesses, the reporting would start as early as 2024, which means that in 6 short months, on January 1st, their data will begin to be reportable. What may be a surprise for some folks is that this proposed rule is actually based off of the existing TCFD reporting framework, which is closely aligned with CDP. So our clients here in the States who are already reporting to CDP, we're hoping are actually a step ahead in preparing for that potential climate related SEC reporting requirement.
That's a great point, Katie. Here in Europe, we are in the middle of putting the objective of the EU's Green Deal. And the ultimate goal is to become the first carbon neutral ambition entered into effective legislation. And this puzzle of pieces of legislation creates almost the same interlinkages as I expect the SEC's proposal does when it comes to voluntary and mandatory disclosure. So, for example, one of the pieces of this green taxonomy would establish common definition of sustainable economy and is already demanding large corporations to report on different climate impacts of their different products, virtually starting this and next year. So Europe also is famous for driving a lot of change by legislation. So we have sustainable finance disclosure regulation and corporate sustainability reporting directive and the European sustainability reporting standards. So I mean, obviously, discussing everything today is a bit too much, but in essence, if a corporation is already reporting to CDP, they can expect that this amount of information would also be useful and would help them cover all other mandatory pieces of reporting as well. And if they don't, they then need to come up with a plan very quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, companies that have been requested, of course, to respond to CDP and who aren't reporting at all, they're getting that F score from CDP. And that's obviously something that corporations would want to avoid. Since those scores are public, last year's are actually on CDPs right now. They're also on places like the Bloomberg Terminal and Google Finance. So that F score being public might have the potential to impact everything from the company's image to their investor relations. The good news is that if corporations haven't reported this year or in the past, there's time still between now and the end of the year to prepare for the 2023 disclosure cycle. You can start to make some meaningful changes just in these last couple of months of the year to earn a score that you can be proud of next year. And we've really seen that with our clients. We've seen clients come in with a C, a D, or an F score and change that score to an A or a B over a few years of working with us. In fact, last year, we're super proud of the fact that 90% of our clients earned an A, an A minus, or a B score.
Thanks, Katie. This is a very good point, and I think I'd love to add that at Schneider Electric, we ourselves are still proud and are proud every year, right? As we earn A score for 11 consecutive years now. So we're not just advising others on this topic, but we're doing it ourselves for ourselves, right? And it also helps that we have a long-standing CDP accredited partner status, and it gives us the knowledge and the tools to answer CDP questionnaires in the most appropriate way, as well as gives us ability to forecast scores quite correctly. So but talking about future, since you mentioned, so what are we expecting going forward? You mentioned something about being proud of your score next year. So what are we anticipating from CDP? And can you give us a few ideas on how companies could take action to prepare to what is coming next?
Absolutely, it's a great question. CDP has put forth a 5-year strategy, that accelerating the rate of change strategy that was implemented last year and goes through 2025. And that strategy, it's recognizing the need to make sure that companies have those concrete plans that can help them deliver on their stated commitments, and then also provide the framework through which companies can provide evidence of the progress against those goals. Um, a new thing within that plan is that CDP is also outlining its intent to expand their questionnaires quite significantly to cover the full range of what they call planetary boundaries. Right now, CDP recognizes that climate, water, and forests, their 3 current questionnaires, are some of the most urgent challenges to global sustainability, but they're recognizing that that's not the full picture. So we expect CDP to expand their questionnaires to include things like land use, oceans, and food. And specifically for next year, we've gotten a hint that that CDP may be adding in questions on plastic use and plastic-related targets to the 2023 questionnaire. Obviously, that's a lot to take in and may include some themes that are new for organizations. So we always encourage corporations who are feeling a bit unsure to partner with an expert who can really help them navigate those complexities ahead. There are already so many complexities, as you know, Kat, in these disclosures. We're thinking things like TCFD, aligned climate-related scenario analyses, setting science-based target-aligned emissions goals, internal prices on carbon, and then, of course, the governance piece, ensuring that climate-related decisions are made at the C-suite and or board level. And aside from that, there's data. There's a huge amount of data that's needed to respond accurately and comprehensively to CDP. Ensuring that all those material scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions are quantified is huge. And just the amount of data that companies are working with now is increasingly large. Can't really do it well in spreadsheets anymore. We need that kind of comprehensive system that can accurately collect information in a way that's scalable and sustainable.
This is actually a very, very good point. I would add that indeed we're seeing more and more corporations adding more resources to this space simply because they're seeing that this tidal wave coming and recognize the impact that it will have to their business. And a small note to for our clients on Resource Advisor, we're always using the most accurate and comprehensive processes and data management techniques for their CDP reporting as a way to streamline and to professionalize reporting. And yes, it is imperative for the reporting challenges ahead of us. And so I think we're running out of time today. Katie, thank you so much for checking in. I think I will speak on behalf of both of us when I say that we're very happy to have this deadline past us. Of course, we're very excited to hear how all our clients perform this year. And once the scores are out, we will surely be back and share it with everyone. And in the meantime, feel free to contact us on the LinkedIn if you'd like to chat more about your next year's CDP strategy. Thank you, Katie. Cheers.
So much, Kat. Cheers.